Hello, this is Patrick with OneCNC West, and what we're going to do in this training video is continue to look at the OneCNC user interface. Let's start in the upper left-hand corner here. These are your standard Windows tools. You have New, Open, Save, Undo, and Redo. Now with Undo and Redo, you can execute these as many times as you'd like. We also have a suite of display tools here. Now having said that, you can use your mouse to accomplish many of these functions. For example, if I take the wheel on the mouse and roll the wheel, I can zoom out and zoom in. If I treat the wheel like a button, if I press the wheel down and hold it, and then move my mouse, I can rotate. If I hold the control key down on the keyboard, then press the wheel down and move the mouse, I can pan. So it's very easy to zoom in and zoom out, rotate, and pan, all using the mouse. Now in the center of the screen here we have our selection tools. You can select geometry one entity at a time. You can chain select, window select, select by layer. You can even select your geometry using colors. Now you'll also note that OneCNC is providing tooltips. This is really going to expedite your learning curve within OneCNC. Over here you have your transform tools. This is how we can move, mirror, rotate, scale, and also alter geometry. There's also a quick access toolbar which is completely 100% user configurable. The idea is that you're going to want to populate this quick access toolbar with your most commonly used commands. I'll dedicate a video to this a little bit later on. Now over on the right hand side of the screen we have our NC Manager. Now this is where we work with our tool paths. All your machining operations are going to be listed here. You can reorder your machining operations, you can edit them, post-process, simulate, preview, backplot. Everything concerning machining operations are worked on within the NC Manager. Now in the lower right hand corner there's four very powerful tabs. There's a Layers tab for working with layers. You can create layers, delete layers, rename layers, turn layers on and off, and so on here. We also have a Verification tab. This is where all your verification tools are located. This is how you can verify existing geometry. There's also a History tab. This just gives you a history of your geometry creation. There's also a Recent tab which lists all your recent part files. Now what's nice about this is it shows the part file name as well as a nice little thumbnail on the left hand side. To load a part file, simply take your cursor and left-hand mouse click. Now while we're talking about this, I should also mention that OneCNC is a multiple document application. You can work on multiple documents all at the same time, all within one session of OneCNC. Let me demonstrate. I just loaded a part file. Let's load another one by coming down here and left-hand mouse clicking. That looks good. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Why don't we grab this part as well? So I'll left-hand mouse click that. Now at this point we can work on this part both geometrically and also we can work on any of the machining operations. If we want to work on a different part file, just come up here to Window and select that different part file. Again, you can work on this part geometrically or work on any of the machining operations. Now you can also display these multiple parts in different ways. For example, if I come up here to Window, I could select, how about Tile? This will show me all the part files tiled. At that point you can work on any part just by left clicking in there and then go to work. Notice that when I left click, instantly the machining operations are updated. We can go to work using the manufacturing tools or we can edit our geometry. What's also nice too is that you have the ability to cascade this. If we cascade, here's the cascade layout. You can also cut, copy, and paste geometry from one file into another file as well. So just remember, OneCNC is definitely a multiple document application. I'm going to close these documents down. Let's go ahead and expand that. Now in the lower right hand corner this shows you the coordinate system that you're working with. The default is world, but if you want to change your coordinate system to a construction plane, just left hand mouse click and it will change to plane. Again, if you left hand mouse click, it changes the coordinate system back to world. This shows you the current layer that you're on. Over here you have a modify button. This is for modifying existing geometry. For example, the color or layer that the geometry is on. You have a styles option. This changes your line style from, let's say, solid to dashed and so on. There's two color palettes. This left color palette is for your wireframe geometry. The right color palette is for your surfaces and solids. So right now on my system, any line, arc, or point I create will be blue. Any solid or surface I create is going to be gray. If you want to change the default color here, just left-hand mouse click and select a color. You can also left-hand click on more color, select from a different palette, or head up here to custom and really design any color that you'd like. If you want to go back to your default colors, just click on the little square located in the lower left hand corner. Now, this is really important. Right at the very bottom of the screen here, this is where OneCNC is going to prompt you. So whether you're working in design or manufacture, get in the habit of looking down here, because this is where you're going to get your OneCNC help. This will also expedite your learning curve. Over here we have a view option for changing your views. You can change from any view that you'd like, and as you do that you can see OneCNC dynamically changes the view. There's a whole suite of tools for working with construction planes under the plane option. This is where you can create, modify, and save construction planes. There's a display option for changing the way we look at solids and surfaces. You can look at them transparent, normal, and so on. This button right here is a cross-section tool. It's dedicated for solids and surfaces. You can cross-section your geometry and actually create geometry at those cross-sections. And then with the Mill Expert system, there's a Pages option which allows you to quickly create blueprints from solids and surfaces. Now, to finish this video, in the lower left-hand corner you have your cursor tracking. And you can see as I move my cursor, it's being tracked relative to datum. Thank you so much for watching. In the next video, we're going to start to take a look at creating geometry. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you then.